All right, 111. This is week 3. I have a very brief introduction to the week for you here because I have a lot of there's a lot of content this week. Let me just give you a quick overview and some context so you are in the right frame of mind to tackle the course this week. This is a little bit more of a technical week. We get into some of the really solid foundations of critical thinking, uh, and basically that means thinking about logic, how logical arguments work, how they're structured. So it's a little more technical this week. My video lesson, which is early in the week, is a little bit longer, so you should get a cup of coffee for something like or something to drink while you watch it, and get ready to put on your critical thinking cap. But before you watch the video, before you do anything else, write the 3-paragraph assignment listed as the second step of the week. 3 paragraphs, logic. Write and submit that assignment, and then watch the video. And after that, you are going to look at a couple of different readings that review and go slightly deeper, help to reiterate some of the things I talk about in the video. That's Weston Workbook for Arguments Rule 1 and Cooper and Patton Chapter 3. Read those, and you'll need those 2 readings out and available so that you can do the week 3 practice set. So that's step number 6, week 3 practice set. Some of the problems you're doing in that practice set are drawn from those 2 readings, the Cooper and Patton and the Weston. So you need to have those available. By that point in the week, I should have gotten back with some comments on your 3 paragraphs assignment, and then at the end of the week, you'll rewrite that assignment, and you'll see it's not necessarily a complete. It's not really a revision. It's a new version of the assignment. So you'll see what that's about when you get to that step. That's basically the last thing of the week, in addition to your reading journal entry. Okay. So let me just maybe say a word about what we're doing and why. Why are we looking at logic? While we aren't trying to necessarily become proficient in formal logic or become logicians, or even to be kind of proficient at arguing and being excellent watertight arguers, what we are trying to do in this class is learn how to identify and pick out and reduce what we're reading into logical forms so that we can think about and evaluate them and point out specifically what we're seeing. Right? When we began the class, we looked at noticing things, looking at the fish and just observing. Well, one very important way of looking at the fish, if you will, is to see how it's logically put together. It's not the only thing to see in it. There's many other things to see, which we'll look at later in this course. But one of the fundamental things you have to be able to see in any work, whether it is fiction or nonfiction, or anything else in the world, after this class, you won't be just reading texts, you'll be reading all kinds of different things. You have to be able to see what its logical structure is, and that can be conceived of in any number of ways. But in text and language, we conceive of it in terms of premises and conclusions. We conceive of it in terms of inductive and deductive reasoning. So we need to know a little bit about those things if we're going to be effective at observing and interpreting texts. So that's what we're doing this week. It's not meant to be a comprehensive lesson on those things, but it does get into a little bit of the weeds so that you have some real vocabulary and know-how about what to do. All right, so perhaps a little more of an intense week. This is perhaps the most meaty of the whole of all the weeks of the course. So roll up your sleeves, dive in, and let me know if you need any help, if you have any questions. Okay, good luck writing your 3-paragraph logic essay. Just write it. You're not supposed to know the answers. That's not the point. Just follow the directions as best you can, see what you write, and then I'll tell you, I'll sort of roll out the point of that assignment after I've gotten it back from you, and I get to make some comments. Okay, I'll be seeing you on email, and then of course next week as well.